Hi friends, today we discuss the another very important development which is taking place in the world, that is the tensions prevailing between India and China. These two are the biggest countries in the world, not only by geographically but also by population. As you know that China is the largest populated country in the world, having the population of 143 crores of population, whereas India is having the population of around 135 crores. So both are emerging economies in the world, but they have long-standing disputes are there between these two countries with regard to sharing of the territories. We can say that the territory of in between the India and China can be divided into three parts. One is the Himalayan part up to Nepal, then the Bhutanese part, and third is Arunachal Pradesh and Myanmar part. In 1962, India and China, for the first time, they entered into a war. At that time, the main dispute was with regard to Aksai Chin area in Himalayan plateaus. At that time, the war took place because at that time the Tibet was annexed by the China, and the spiritual leader of Tibet, Dalai Lama, was forced to come to India, and India granted asylum to him in 1959. So that had a sort of races created in between the Chinese leaders. So they proclaimed the entire Tibet was their territory. And that led to, when the India granted the asylum to the Dalai Lama, that led to a kind of agony, a kind of pain, a kind of anger towards India by China. So basically there are border disputes are there between India and China. The first is, I told you, that is the Aksai Chin border dispute in Himalayas. The second border dispute with regard to Arunachal Pradesh. China claims it as their territory, but India denies the claim of the Arunachal Pradesh. Then we have the McMahon line that was drafted by the Britishers, and that has also been disputed by the China. And some areas at Ladakh has been ceded to the China by the Pakistan, which India claims those lands, those territories. So during the first war between the India and China, that also popularly called as Sino-Indian War of 1962, there were lot of casualties were occurred in between the two countries. From Chinese side, 722 soldiers were died. From Indian side, 1383 soldiers were died. and 1047 soldiers was missed from Chinese side. From Indian side, 1696 were missed, and 1047 soldiers were wounded in Indian side, but China has not given the figures of the how many were wounded. And 3968 soldiers, Indian soldiers, were captured by the China. So the differences have been continued in between the China and India since then. Again, in 1967, there was again skirmishes was taking place in between the China and India with regard to Nathu Cho, and that has been subsided because of the diplomatic pressures, diplomatic processes. Again, in 1975, China has killed 7 Indian soldiers at Tulang La in Arunachal Pradesh. Without any warning, they fired and our Indian soldiers were martyred. For some time there was a peace. Both countries, they wanted to try pacific settlement of dispute, but that could not be. Because of when the Narendra Modi government came to power and he wanted to build the border roads, so that became a kind of anger towards in China. And they suddenly in 2017, the Doklam military standoff has been happened in between the India and China. Again, recently, in 2020, in Golan area of Ladakh region, China forces attacked the Indian soldiers and they killed 20 Indian soldiers, including the colonial officer Santosh Babu, who hails from Telangana state. So as these differences were there with regard to disputes, with territorial disputes. Both are the biggest economies and biggest countries in the world. They have the longest border. The border stretches around 3,488 kilometers. That border dispute should be settled in a negotiation table. Instead of that, they are fighting. Now, we come and discuss the military strength of both the countries. With regard to this, we could be seeing the very amazing differences are there between India and China with regard to military strength is concerned. China overall having the edge over India in the army, air force and naval forces. I would like to provide the details. Total strength of military forces of China is 26,93,000. Whereas India is having 35,44,000 military personnel are there. But we go in details. we could see the edge of China over India. In armed forces, the total strength of the tanks in with the China is 9,150 armored fighting vehicles are there, but India is having lesser armored vehicles. Whereas tanks are concerned, China is having 3,500 tanks, whereas India is having 4,292 tanks. Armored vehicles are concerned, China is having 33,000 vehicles, whereas India is having only 8,686. And self-propelled artillery vehicles are concerned, China is having 3,800 artilleries, whereas the India is having only 235 artilleries. And rocket propellants are concerned, China is having 2,650 rocket propellants, but India is having only 266 propellants. Then we go for the strength of Air Force in between China and India. China, they have the strength of 3,210 Air Force flights are there, whereas India is having 2,123. Then fighters are concerned, China is having 1,232, whereas India is having only 538 fighters. Army helicopters are concerned, China is having 911 helicopters, whereas India is having 722 helicopters. Then if you go to naval forces are concerned, total assets of China is 777, but India is having 285. Then aircraft carriers are concerned, China is having 2 and India also having 2 aircraft carriers. Then destroyers, China is having 36, whereas India is having 11. Submarines, China is having 74 submarines, but India is having only 16. So, overall, we can say that China has the edge over India. So, it not only population wise it is a edge, but also if you go to economical aspects are concerned, there also we could see edge of China over India. India occupies only 5th largest economy, whereas China is the second largest economy in the world. In GDP, China is having 14.3 US trillion dollars, whereas India is having 3.202 US trillion dollars. GDP growth is concerned, both countries have the same growth, 6.1%. And per capita of the income is concerned, China is having 10,099 US dollars, whereas India is having merely $2,338. Then if you go for sector-wise division of the labor force in China and India is concerned, in China, agriculture, 7.9% people workforce is there, whereas in India, 15.4% workforce. They are engaged in agriculture activities. In industrial activities, it is a 40.5% in China, but in India it is a 23%. With regard to services are concerned, China is having 51.6%, whereas India is having some edge, that is a 61.5%. If you see the poverty differences between India and China is concerned, in below poverty line people 1.7% are there in China, whereas India is having 6.3% of people. The another important aspect we have to know, that is the ease of doing business. China is ranked as 31st country in the world, whereas India is having 63rd rank. You know, there is a talk is going on that we should have to ban the Chinese products to India. Is it possible? No, it is not possible. Why? Because China is a member in the World Trade Organization. And China is occupying the much of the world economy, markets. Legally, it is not possible. Whereas if you see the exports between India and China, China is sending 4% of exports to India and is importing 5.8% of imports from India. So we have the edge. So all these aspects reflects that China has not only in population wise, in geographical mass area wise, but also economical wise also they have the edge over India. If you go for the defense budget of India and China is concerned, China they have 231 lakhs of crores of defense budget, whereas India is having only 71 lakhs crores of defense budget. And one more aspect is that both are very ancient countries in the world. They have the accommodating the all kinds of races. Multi-religious people are residing in China as well as in India. So it is better not to go for the skirmishes or war in between these two countries. If there is any sort of differences are there, territorial differences or any other differences, they have to settle by the pacific means, by diplomatic means. Other day, the American president Donald Trump openly made a statement that he will act as a mediator in between India and China in resolving disputes. In my opinion, it is not required, because the China, they have the mature leaders are there. In our country also mature leaders are there. Ours is a flourishing democracy. So it is better to settle the disputes in a pacific manner by sitting across the tables, because we are sharing the longest border with China. 3,488 kilometers of border is there we are sharing with China. Maybe disputes are there with regard to only few places that can be resolved. So the war, if it results in between the India and China, that may have far-reaching effect upon the both the countries as well upon the world and world economy. So we are living in the unipolar world, an interdependent world. We are not living 1960s world. It is a internet age we are living. So it is better and advisable to the two nations, their leaders should sit across the table and settle the differences permanently for the betterment of the people of the two nations as well as the world. Thank you.